Hi, guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. We're back for another stream. As always, after the games, this is the live reaction stream Q&A, where we talk about Matchday 6 and all that went on in Matchday 6 and our scores. And we'll also look ahead to the final now. Obviously, Morocco have been eliminated. France are through to the final, 2-0 win. We'll come on to that and speak about that in more detail and talk about our points. And obviously, Argentina went through against Croatia yesterday, 3-0. So yeah, a lot to discuss. How you been, Jordan? Have you been enjoying the semi-finals? What you made of the games?
Oh yeah, it's been amazing. 2 semi-finals in this World Cup. A bit emotional though because of Morocco. I think everyone was behind Morocco in that game, but I feel more emotion for them than I did for my own country, England, in that game. It's just unfortunate how it ended up.
Yeah, okay, let's get into it anyway. Let's speak about match day 6 because that is over now. So I'm going to bring up my team. So yeah, let's break it down. I've got Martinez in goal. Now, Argentina did win 3-0. It was a very, very good game for Argentina and Messi. So Martinez does keep the clean sheet as well. So I was very happy with going Martinez. I did back, for those that watched my previous streams, I did back Argentina to potentially keep a clean sheet just because I do worry about that Croatia attack. And it did pay off at the end. And yeah, I don't believe Croatia had many shots. I think they had 2 shots on target, Croatia. So yeah, quite comfortable for Martinez, and I'm very happy with the 7 points. Moving on to the back three, Hakimi, who did play tonight, obviously against France, Morocco are now eliminated. Unfortunately, Hakimi blanked, obviously conceding the 2 goals, so he doesn't get me any points, which is quite unfortunate, as I was hoping Morocco could nick a clean sheet or something like that, but wasn't to be. And yeah, it's just one of those, I guess. We just got to take down the chin. Unfortunately, Morocco are out, and I think a lot of people wanted Morocco to win, but not to be. Moving on to Otamendi. I'll come on to Hernandez in a sec. Obviously, Otamendi played yesterday, who did get me 5 points due to, I believe, the clean sheet. Obviously, they kept 3-0, and he also got a yellow card, I think, so he got the -1. So yeah, 5 points for Otamendi in a relatively comfy 3-0 win. I was very happy to go double Argentina. It paid off. I wish I went with another Argentina defender now instead of Hakimi, which I was going to do, but I wanted some Morocco cover in case they went through. Finally, if we move on to Hernandez, probably obviously the defender of the game week or the match day. A lovely 13 pointer from him. So obviously he gets 90 minutes. He plays. He scores a goal, which is 7 points for a defender, and he gets a clean sheet, 5 points. So double-digit return for Hernandez. So yeah, I can't really complain. 13 points, but then again, everyone pretty much has him, so it won't make too much difference on the rank. Ziyech, who I was 50-50 on, I did end up bringing him in. Another blank for him. I thought Morocco did play quite well, especially in that start of the second half. I thought start of the second half, it looked like they were putting that France defense under some pressure, but they couldn't get that final cutting edge. They couldn't get that final finish on the ball. And yeah, Ziyech blanks, unfortunate. And I thought Morocco had a good game. I think some people would say they were a bit unlucky that didn't get at least any goals. I definitely think they deserved at least a goal in that one. Moving on to Enzo Fernandez, obviously a 3-0 win against Croatia. He did get 3 points. I think he got a point for the 4 tackles he had. So yeah, nothing really exciting there. 3 points, and we move on. Perisic, 1 point for obviously playing the 90 minutes. Nothing really to say. He blanked. Rabiot is another interesting one. Unfortunately, I bought Rabiot in the deadline stream, and I look at the lineup today, and he's not in it. And I did not realize Rabiot is injured. So if anyone can clarify what his actual injury is he going to miss the final? Because if he does, I'll definitely have to take Rabiot out. But yeah, he didn't start. It looks like he's got an injury. And yeah, that is very annoying that Rabiot didn't play, because that means, I played with 10 players instead of the 11, and could have been better for my score. Moving on to the exciting part of the game week is the forwards. Messi, wow, what a performance from Lionel Messi. 10 points. Obviously, I had him as captain, so he gets me 20 points. One goal, one assist, and he had a point for two shots on target. Now, who saw the Messi's? You know, he was brilliant, man of the match. Lovely assist for Alvarez as well, for that when he took on, I think, Vardio. He absolutely roasted him. And yeah, it was brilliant to watch Messi at that level. It was brilliant game from him. And yeah, Argentina 3-0 out winners, and they are going to be in the final now. So yeah, 20 points, can't complain with Messi. Moving on to Mbappe, who did play tonight. I believe he got the assist. So he gets 6 points for the assist. He got two assists, sorry, according to the game. Two assists, so 6 points, and 1 point for playing 90 minutes. So 7 points from Mbappe. Another decent performance. Heavily involved in both the goals, causing a bit of chaos in the box, drawing attention of the Moroccan defenders, and leaving space for the other players. And then obviously we saw what happened in that game. And then finally, another player that me and Jordan were looking at a lot. I was looking at Alvarez actually very early on in this tournament as a player that people should be looking at, and goes and has a massive, brilliant game. I think Messi was man of the match, but I thought Alvarez was still brilliant to score two goals, especially his second one was brilliant, where he runs from the halfway line pretty much. Was that his first one? No, sorry, his second one.
Second.
Actually, was it? No, sorry, it was his first one because Messi cut it back for the second one. His
Oh, yeah.
first goal, brilliant goal. He runs pretty much from the halfway line, and then he just a bit fortunate as well. Some people will say with the deflections, but you can't take it away from him. So yeah, 10 points for obviously the goal, two goals, 5 points each. He also won a penalty, so he got 2 points for that, and shot on target as well. Two shots on target, got 1 point. So 14 points for Alvarez. Brilliant from him. Definitely the star of the match day. So yeah, all in all, 71 points for me this match day 6. My rank is also at 22k at the time of check-in, and yeah, 71 points. No boosters used. I've still got my power captain left, I believe, which I will be using in match day 7. But yeah, very happy. I'd say green arrow, so I can't really complain. I think my rank was around 50k before for match day 5. So all in all, I'd say I'm very happy with that. And yeah, let's move on to your team, Jordan. That's my team out of the way. 71 points. Yeah, let's bring up yours and just talk us through how you did.
Okay, so as you guys know from the last video, I had played with only 9 men on the pitch. So we'll start off with the goalkeeper, who I did transfer in just before the Moroccan lineup was confirmed. I did transfer in Banu. Unfortunately, though, Morocco did lose 2-0. So those 2 points Banu could have had for playing the full 90 minutes were taken off, and also the clean sheet for Morocco. So that left him with 0 points. A bit unfortunate for Morocco, the way the game went, especially the goals they conceded were 2 deflections as well from 2 shots, but from Mbappe as well. But yeah, unfortunate for Morocco, and hopefully they're still in this. Obviously, this World Cup, they can still get third place against Croatia. Moving on to the defence. So we've got Theo Hernandez, who got the double haul of 13 points, scoring the first goal for France from Mbappe's deflection shot that hit a defender. It was a nice return from Theo Hernandez, as he hasn't really had any clean sheet points from France. I think this is France's first clean sheet of the World Cup, which I wasn't expecting to happen. I mean, they've had no clean sheets. They've always conceded at least 1 goal against opposition countries. And the unlikeliness of them keeping a clean sheet against Morocco, for me personally, was very low. But yeah, it has happened. Hernandez got the clean sheet and scored a goal in that game. Unfortunately, though, he is highly selected in this World Cup, so it won't really make a difference him scoring a lot of points. Moving on to Otamendi. We all know Argentina won 3-0. A bit surprising for many people in that result, because we always thought it was going to be a closer sort of game. We hoped Croatia would put up a bit of fight, but unfortunately Argentina just overpowered them in all aspects of the pitch. It was almost pretty much game over by half time, would have thought. 2-0 down. and by our by late second half, it's pretty much Argentina game over, and they did obviously get the clean sheet in that. Otamendi had a -1 for the yellow card for him, so overall he got 5 points. Um, Last defender, Luke Shaw, he obviously is eliminated as England are not in the competition. Moving on to the midfield, same with Fernandez as well. Portugal are eliminated, so he didn't feature. Moving on to Perisic, where he didn't have the best game, I would say, in terms of Croatia. There wasn't really any standout players in that fixture, which is why I only brought in one, because I wasn't too sure how that match was going to go. But I did decide to bring in Perisic just in case Croatia did get knocked out, which they did against Argentina. So he will be in the playoffs with Morocco. So in that game, there weren't really much from Perisic. I mean, he had a header he assisted onto someone, but I'll say that's probably the only close chance they had was that from Perisic. But yeah, in the end, he only got 1 point. Moving on to the Moroccan players. So we start off with Boufal. I felt like every single Moroccan player gave everything, 110% effort in that game. It was just unfortunate that they can't really finish their results in terms of the final third. It was just sometimes they held on to the ball too long, and other times it was just unfortunate that they got blocked or misdirection. But yeah, Boufal got 0 points in that game, unfortunately, even though he's heavily involved in that Moroccan performance. But yeah, it's very, very unfortunate. Moving on to Ziyech now, pretty much mirroring what Boufal did in that game. Ziyech on that right-hand side for Morocco was fantastic. I mean, he gave the team a lot of chances and deservedly deserved for a goal, I would say, in that game. It was just unfortunate Morocco couldn't get at least one against France, as they were on top of France a lot in that game, especially in that second half, near to the end. It was great performance from Morocco, even though they lost. But yeah, Ziyech only gets 1 point for minutes played. And moving on finally to the front three, which has been quite a success in this match day. Wasn't expecting a high score in match day, if I'm honest, but the front three have delivered very well. So we'll start off with Messi, who obviously got the goal and the assist as well. Outstanding performance from an Argentinian attack. Messi as well. You can't you can't do nothing against Messi. It seems he's unstoppable in this World Cup so far. I'm excited to see what he does in the final against France. But yeah, he's going to be a real miss in obviously after this World Cup, as it will be his last. So we're obviously going to enjoy watching him in the final for the last time. Moving on to Mbappe, he got 7 points from the two deflective shots, which led to a goal from other France players like Theo Hernandez, and the substitute that came on for 16 seconds and scored for France as well, which was absolutely extraordinary. Never thought that was going to happen either. But yeah, that led to him getting the 2 assists from Mbappe. Obviously, it was a bit hard for him to get involved in that game, as we predicted. 2 Moroccan players were pretty much on him and always stopping his runs down the left-hand side. So yeah, he was unable to score, but he did get the 2 assists in that game. And finally, this is probably the craziest thing I've done in this World Cup, is because I basically switched the captaincy from Messi to Alvarez in the last few minutes of the deadline stream, if you guys watched it. And has it paid off? Yes, it definitely has. 28 point haul from Alvarez, the 2 goals, 1 assist, and obviously points for winning a penalty. It was an outstanding performance from Alvarez, and it was what I hoped was to be from that game, him being involved, scoring those 2 goals from Argentina. Here, Alvarez and Messi up front have been very dangerous, and I think for France, they're going to be really good to look at, especially that duo up front has been fantastic. And it was nice to see Alvarez in contention for the Golden Boot as well. He's on 4 goals, and
Mm.
he could possibly be a contender as well. It's all for up for grabs. So that's pretty much how my starting 11 team went. Obviously, my team bench, there's no players left in this competition, so there's no need to go through that. But overall, it is a green arrow. It is 23k as from when I last checked, and I had a total of 65 match day points, which I never thought it would be that high considering the way the last match day went. But yeah, it's a good result, all in all, and a very nice, successful match day 6.
Okay. Ranks as well. So did you say your rank? Or I missed
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I said,
Okay.
yeah, right.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, pretty much a good game match day for both of us. Green arrows. We can't really complain. Good scores as well. So yeah, it's been good for the semi-finals. So I'm gonna read a few comments out now. But before I read any comments out, guys, can you please stop what you're doing for a sec and also drop a like on the video. Smash the like, and also if you haven't already, please do subscribe to the channel. We've got a lot of content to come. If you have been enjoying this content, you don't want to miss out. Like and subscribe on the stream. Martin Football's in the chat. Welcome to him. He says, I have a shout for you. Make a goalkeeper transfer like Bono or Livakovic. Yeah, it could work because they have to play each other in the third place playoff, and there could be a clean sheet in that game. Maybe Bono for Jordan stays potentially,
Yeah,
uh, because in the France game, I think will be a lot of goals. France game, I think they mean third place play. Do you mean the third place playoff game? Let us know, Martin. Brian's in the chat. Hi lads. Hi to you, Brian. Hope you're well. Have you started to think of game week 17 yet? We have. We're gonna have a video out for our game week 17 draft very, very soon. So you don't want to miss that one. So we will put out on our Twitter when we are going live for that. We will be back to FPL very soon. Um, any tips for transfers? Goalkeeper, Lloris, centre back, Hakimi, Acuna, Martinez. I'm not sure what you mean. Any tips for transfers? Oh, any tips for transfers? You've got Lloris, Hakimi, Acuna, Martinez. Well, Hakimi has to go for sure. Obviously, he's now eliminated. Um, One thing I will say, guys, I believe the deadline. When is the deadline? Saturday, right? Saturday, yeah. So,
yes.
I mean, the thing with Acuna, I believe Acuna was suspended, so he should be back for the final. But whether he starts or not is another question, I guess, because the way Tagliafico played, he was very good as well. So maybe Tagliafico plays in the final as well. Um, but I think Acuna should be back. I think he was just suspended for that one. Bono or Livakovic or keep Lloris. Jordan, you want to take this one?
I'll probably go Bono. Uh, I feel like there's going to be a lot of goals in that France game, and I don't think a clean sheet will be probable. But on the other hand, Morocco and
Wait, what
Croatia,
France game?
sorry,
What France game?
France and Argentina.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Uh, yeah, I've actually gone with Bono. After one of the reasons why I brought Bono in, not just for this game against France, but the one that they have in the playoffs if Morocco did get knocked out, and
Mhm.
they did. So they will play Croatia in the playoffs. So I'll probably say Bono, Martin.
Okay. Yeah, Martin was also confusing me when he said because the France game is a scoring game. So I don't agree. I think this France Argentina final could be a low scoring one because it's a final. I think both sets of players are going to be tense. I expect it to be quite cagey at the start, especially. So I don't know. Chief says, "Congrats on the Green Arrow Huss." Thank you, Chief. Appreciated. Yeah, let me know if you got a Green Arrow as well. Thank you, Martin. Messi, rude boy says David Hamill. Yeah, it definitely is. Should I replace Rabiot? Now, also with Rabiot, I'm hearing that he's also not actually injured, so he's apparently ill. So he had a cough, I believe, like a cough or something like that. Him and Upamecano, I believe. So Rabiot should be available for the final. Slight risk, of course, but I say wait till team news and team leaks until Saturday. But it looks like Rabiot just missed out through illness, so I wouldn't worry too much at the moment. Philip, Michael, music. Jordan knew about Alvarez. I went Giroud. Do you think make the transfer for next game week? who you captain? I'm going Mbappe, I think. We will come on to get match day 7 stuff in a sec. We are going to move on to that. We'll come on to that, Philip.
Yeah. I just had a feeling about Alvarez. You know when you have that feeling and
Mm,
you have to go for it, and that's what I just basically had.
yeah, fair enough. I mean, I've been quite heavy on Alvarez as well since about match day 2 or match day 3, I think. Martin, should I replace Acuna? Wait for team news, I think. He was only ill. He missed out. I'm sorry, he was suspended. My bad. He was suspended. And the French player was ill, Rabiot. You won't be loving Alvarez so much when he starts eating into Haaland FPL game time even more now. Yeah, this is maybe we haven't thought of this one. But yeah, Man City. Imagine being Man City. You've got Haaland and then you've got Alvarez as a bench player to bring on. Yeah,
Dangerous.
it's very crazy, isn't it? How those two players. Star Wars Dan, why get rid of Hakimi? He had another game. He's not eliminated. Yeah, that's true. Not when I said you might as well get rid of Hakimi. Bear with me, guys. Obviously, I know he's got a third round playoff, so maybe you don't want to get rid of him. Maybe you keep him because I can see Morocco winning that one actually against Croatia. So yeah, I think it's a good pick actually. Star Wars Dan, thank you for that. So yeah, Martin agrees. I got Mandeep. Thank you for joining. Hey mate, with the power chip, what happens if I bench a player with points? Would the player with the highest points still get the captaincy or only in the starting 11? Oh, this is a good question.
I don't think it matters whether they're on the bench or on the starting 11. I still think it counts because it is the highest scoring player in your team. So I think the bench is also counted towards that as the
I
highest scoring player.
I think it's the first 11, with the power captain. Let me just I'm actually not sure of this one.
Because the
I
way
think
they did it,
yeah, I mean I think it's the 11. I'm just going to check anyway.
yeah, that's a good question. But in the description for power captain, it doesn't. I don't know if it clarifies if it's just a starting 11.
If anyone knows actually in the chat, do let us know with this question with Mandeep. Mandip, I should say. Would if you bench a player and you play the power captain, would you still get it? It's a good question. I don't believe so. I think it's just the first 11, but I might be wrong. I don't know. I'm not sure. Modric got a go or no? Probably. I don't know with Modric. I'll probably get rid. Don't know.
I might as well just keep him to get play again.
Yeah. If you've got him.
Yeah, it'll be a waste of a transfer otherwise if you got rid of a player that's going to play again.
Yeah, I guess so. How many transfers do we get? Another 5, 6?
I think it's 7.
6 we get.
Oh, it's 6. Yeah.
Yeah, we
had
get 6.
5.
5 last round, 6 this round. But yeah, David says I think Huss is right. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the first 11, but I might be wrong, guys. I'll have to double check. But the website is not very clear, is it?
No, not in terms of that. I mean, the description for our captain doesn't say. It only says the high scoring player, so that could mean either the starting 11 or bench. So there's no way of knowing unless it's been tested.
All right, let's talk about match day 7 anyway. The last match day. So match day 6 out the way. 71 points for me, 65 for Jordan. Good week. I'm gonna bring up my team for match day 7, and we'll talk about plans, transfers, captain picks very quickly as well. So as you guys, I'm gonna quickly go through my team, how I'm lining up for match day 7. So in goal, I've got Martinez, who's got France in the final. I've got a back three of Hernandez, Otamendi, and Hakimi. I've got Ziyech, Perisic, Rabiot, and Fernandez. And then I've got Messi, Argentina, and Messi, Argentina. I've got Messi, Mbappe, and Alvarez as my forward line. Now, I do have 6 free transfers as well. So yeah, what would I do? What can I do with this team? Because everyone's got a fixture. Because obviously Perisic and Ziyech and Hakimi have to play each other on the Saturday for the third place playoff. So do I just keep some of them anyway? Potentially, because I think Morocco will go out for that one and try and get third place, because still a bit of an achievement for Morocco, I believe, and they'll probably want to end on a bit of a high and win. So I could just keep Hakimi and Ziyech, but I don't know. I'll have to think of it. As of now, is there any player, Jordan, that I'll let you bring your team up actually as well. If you can bring your team up while I read a
Yeah.
few more comments. Star Wars Dan, thank you for that comment. He says it says starting 11 in the rules for power captain. Yeah, I certainly was. Just wanted to double check, but thank you for that, Star Wars Dan, for letting us know. So yeah, Mandeep, it is starting 11 only. Martin Football, my team is Bono, Hakimi, Acuna, Martinez, Di Maria, Modric, Fernandez, Rabiot, Mbappe, Alvarez, Messi. Any tips on transfer to make? First of all, you might want to remove Di Maria. I think Di Maria is the one that you should be looking at potentially taking out, just because he didn't start again yesterday. Yesterday. And he looks like he might not even start for the final. I don't know what it is with Di Maria. Is he carrying a knock or something like that? He's one that you could remove. And in terms of who to bring in, McAllister, Enzo Fernandez, you've got those two Argentine replacements who actually start. If you want France, then you've not got many options really. I know Fofana played today for France, but he's more of a defensive-minded player. So yeah, I think you'd want to get another Argentine midfielder in, if I'm honest. Maybe a McAllister or a Enzo in the final v France. Is that your team on the screen, Jordan?
Yep, that is.
All right, so you've got Bono in goal, and then I see you've got, Hernandez, Otamendi. Sure, you'll have to take out Perisic, Ziyech, Buffal, Fernandez, Messi, Alvarez, Mbappe. So, is there anyone you don't have in your team currently that you think you need for Matchday 7? That early thoughts? Anyone that you're looking at for Matchday 7?
Oh yeah, in terms of a swap for Luke Shaw, I was thinking of Hakimi for Morocco. I quite liked his involvement in obviously the France game. He was heavily involved on that right hand side for Morocco, and I quite like how forward he does attack for a defender place as well. So he could cause trouble for Croatia in that game. So he's one player to look out for, and potentially one I use to bring in for obviously Luke Shaw.
I see you've got Bruno Fernandez as well. Obviously, he was knocked out in the quarters. Any replacements for Bruno that sticks out to you?
For Bruno, it's a hard one to replace a midfielder because they haven't really done much so far this competition in the later stages. But if I had to pick a midfielder spot,
I mean, you don't have any Argentinian midfielders in your team, all French, and they're both in the final. So you might want to obviously bring someone in there from that kind of a team.
yeah, I just don't know if it's worth bringing in the France or an Argentina one. It's going to be really close battle. I don't think midfielders will be really heavily involved in that. That one would be mostly forwards, attackers like Mbappe and Griezmann and whatnot. I might have to think about that one because I'm not entirely sure who I could possibly bring in for that.
Fair enough. Let's switch back to my team. Don't miss any comments. David says Modric and Buffal on pens. So yeah, you might want to consider Modric, guys, in case he does get a pen for Croatia. At this moment in time, I think I'm going to wait for news on Rabiot and see if there's any team news, any leaks. If he starts, I'll probably keep him. If he doesn't, then I'll have to remove him for potentially Chouameni, even though I'd rather, like I said, I'd rather Griezmann, but he's a forward, so I can't bring him in.
Yeah. Is there anything? But we do have the luxury, though, of waiting until the confirmed lineup comes out before we make transfers in this, obviously, match day.
Yeah, for the Morocco game against Croatia, of course, on Saturday. Sunday, obviously, the final, we'll have to make our team before that. But then we do have transfers. We have 6 transfers. So I think the way to play it, guys, is don't do any transfers anytime soon. Wait till we get the lineup for the Morocco-Croatia game. See what is the lineup, and then bring in players that you want from that game. And then again, wait for the light for the what's it called? The lineup on the Sunday for the final. And then once you see the France and Argentina lineups, you bring in one or two players because you're gonna have 6 free transfers. So you can do mid-game transfers, can't you? As long as they haven't played, obviously, in it.
Yeah, absolutely. I made mine for Morocco before they kicked off. When I saw the lineup, I bought the goalkeeper, Ziyech and Buffal in, and
Yeah.
that was completely fine during the match day. As long as they haven't played yet, you can make transfers for that team.
Yeah. So pretty much in regards to transfers, wait till an hour before kickoff. Wait till the lineups are out. See who starts. If Rabiot does start, you just keep him. If Rabiot doesn't start, you swap him out for Shremeni or for Fana or Argentina midfielder. So I'll be literally waiting until the lineups. I don't think I'll be making any moves until the deadline stream. I think it's gonna be a last minute thing. I'm gonna see the lineup and then pick last minute. I'm not gonna think about it too much. I'm not gonna plan it too much. If I'm honest, more of a wait and see. So do join us on, when are we gonna stream next? Saturday. Saturday, December 17th, which is the third round playoff, I believe, right?
Yes. Yeah,
I'm
it's the
just
first
checking.
round first.
I'm just checking the time of the game. So it's a 3 p.m. kickoff. Daniel says so. The deadline is right before the third place match. Yes, the deadline is, but you also can change players before before the final on Sunday. So you can do midweek, like mid game, as long as you bring in a player that hasn't played yet. So let's say, for example, I've got Rabiot in my team, and then Sunday at 6 o'clock. Sunday at 6 o'clock, we hear Rabiot is not starting and the lineups are out because we get the lineup news, team news, sorry, an hour before the game starts. So on Sunday, an hour before Rabiot is benched, you just swap Rabiot out, bring in Shremini or another French midfielder, whoever you want, and then do it like that. And obviously you're gonna have 6 transfers, more than enough to do that. So I'll be waiting till team news pretty much, and then I'll make my decision from there. So do join us, guys, on Saturday at 2 p.m. for the deadline stream for match day 7, which is the final match day. Obviously, third place playoff on Saturday, and then we've got the final on Sunday. Should be good. And yeah, really, that's pretty much it. What anything else you really want to add regards to any players that we should looking at, and anything you want to talk about really in regards to the semi-finals or even the finals?
Well, I'd probably say thank you for Morocco for giving such a amazing performance. Obviously, they probably won't watch this video, but just thanks for giving us an amazing show of this World Cup. It's been absolutely incredible.
Yeah,
Obviously, they still play for third place, and we're obviously all behind Morocco for that third place, and hopefully they can still make history for their country as they have done. Incredible.
yeah. Um, Definitely, I agree there. Martin says I did 2 transfers. Do I wait? Yeah, I would wait, Martin. As long as the 2 transfers you did are nailed players, hopefully nailed like a Enzo or a Messi or someone like that, you should be fine. But players like Rabiot and even the Moroccan players, because one thing we do got to take into consideration, right? The third place playoff, I know it still means something finishing third, but there could be some rotation because ultimately, you know, they're out the tournament. They're playing for pride, really. So we don't know. They might rotate. Like Modric might get rested, or you never know. So do wait for the lineups, I'd say, just to be 100% sure. Because I learned that the hard way because I bought in Rabiot in the deadline stream, and if I waited till today at 6 o'clock today, I would have found out that Rabiot's not even starting. So definitely wait, guys. I wouldn't be making early moves. Wait till team news.
Yeah, it's completely different to FPL, whereas we would have to make our moves before
Yeah.
the deadline finishes. But I think this is a luxury for World Cup, which I kind of prefer. This was like it is in the World Cup for FPL because it gives us the opportunity to know who is starting this lineup without going without rumours
Mm.
of who is starting, which gives us a bit of anxiety and stress as we have experienced beforehand
Yeah,
about who starts and who doesn't.
yeah, definitely. David also says live transfer mania on Saturday. Yeah, um, should be. Definitely be making a few moves. Looking at, I just want to see who starts for Croatia really, as well as Morocco, and then I'll make my decisions from there. So do tune in Saturday, 2 p.m. UK time. Should be a cracker, and looking forward to it. Now let's quickly preview the final match day 7, France and Argentina, two big, big nations, two top teams. Mbappe v Messi, potentially going up against each other for the Golden Boot. Are they tied on 5 goals each, aren't they, Messi and Mbappe?
Yeah, I think Messi just has one more assist than Mbappe to make the difference. But other
Yeah.
than that, they are on 5 goals.
Mm. So yeah, uh, Master v Apprentice potentially. Messi and Mbappe going against each other for that World Cup. May the best team wins. I am rooting for Argentina, but we'll see. I think France definitely can win that one as well. It's gonna be a good game. Martin says I made Bono and McAllister for my 2 transfers. Is that good? In terms of that, I think yeah, they both should start. I'll be very very surprised if Bono and McAllister don't start. But either way, Martin, I'd wait now for team news. But yeah, those two I think are kind of safe, nailed players. Um, but yeah, also trying to quickly add, guys. If you haven't liked the video, um, please do drop a like on the stream. It really, really helps our channel out. Helps with the algorithm, all that stuff that So YouTube recommend our videos out. So please like. It helps us massively. And also, if you haven't, I gotta say it. Please subscribe to our channel if you can. But yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. I want to keep it a bit short today. In terms of transfers for Matchday 7, as I said, I think best thing to do is wait till team news and do your transfers there. We've got 6, so we should be able to, tinker our teams in regards to that. Um, Anything else? Messi or Mbappe for captain? This was a good one actually. Good question from Martin here because we would have missed this one. What are your initial instincts, Jordan? Messi, Mbappe, or is it even someone else on your mind for the captain for the final?
I think you can guess who's on my mind for the captaincy for the final. It is leaning towards Alvarez again.
Oh,
I just
interesting.
think it will be a lot of men on Messi and Mbappe. The focus. I mean, we've seen this before, and it's what has happened with Messi in that game. Even though he did score, there was more focus on Messi than Alvarez, and he managed to get 2 goals. And obviously in that game against Croatia, so maybe there's too much pressure in that game for Messi and Mbappe to get a goal, as well as it being a final as well. It's going to be a lot of intensity from both sides, and probably low scoring as well. So I'll probably go for someone that's like less likely a target, like such as Alvarez or maybe Giroud, if you want to go different. But if I had to pick for my question, I'll probably go Messi.
Fair enough. Well, I'm not in that situation because I have to play my power captain. So I've
Uh,
got my power captain left, Chip. So I'm going to play my Chip in match day 7. Whoever scores the most will be my captain. So obviously I don't really mind. But if I had to pick, I'll be leaning towards Messi out of those two. But I do like the Alvarez shout again. Nicola, thank you for the comment. Best thing is to, what does that mean? In the match for third place, not for the final, I think. Let me know what you mean by that comment. I'm not quite sure. Do you mean it's best to target third place playoff and not the final? Which could be a good little comment, actually. Should we target third place playoff because we expect that to be maybe more open, maybe less on the line, so the teams could be going, a bit of a basketball match, whereas the final is going to be more tense, more mistakes potentially to make, so players will be cautious in such a big game where one goal might decide the final. It might be a 1-0 kind of game.
mm,
What do you think? Would you target the third place playoff game, which doesn't have as much meaning to it, but that could be a good thing in terms of scoring points for us?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, in third place finals, there isn't much desire to win it, but it's more to have fun and enjoy it, and having a win is a bonus to
Yeah, I thought
obviously
so.
reaching it. But yeah, I personally I targeted playoff players because I bought Bono in, Ziyech and Buffal, just for that playoff, just in case Morocco didn't go through, and that has come to a result. So yeah, I think it is. Uh, good to bring in the playoff players as well, rather than the final.
Yeah, I think definitely that you should be looking at some Moroccan and Croatian players. I wouldn't go fully Argentina France because as I may be wrong, but I expect that final to be tight. I don't think it's going to be 2-3-0 to either side. It might be a 1-0 kind of game. It might be a 2-1. Even that, I think 2-1's a lot could be. But we'll see because Argentina we know like to keep it tight at the back and France as well. So yeah, I don't like. I don't really like back in the final just because I think it's going to be tense. Star Wars Dan Martin tried to get someone playing in the third place playoff to captain. Then you can move the armband to Messi or Mbappe only if you need to, pal. That could be a good shout actually. Maybe captain someone in that third place playoff and then move it to Messi and Mbappe. So yeah, maybe you could go Ziyech captain against Croatia or Perisic against Morocco. If they blank, you got an easy switch to one of the big boys in the second day. I'll definitely be doing that actually, if I was in that position. Jordan, are you gonna do that, or because obviously you've not got a chip?
That's correct. I have no chips left, so yeah, that's probably the avenue I probably will consider. From Dan's comment, actually a good comment. Obviously, we can switch to captain more than once, so it does give us the opportunity to use it on a different player, like we spoke about, like Ziyech or Perisic in the third place playoff, because it's basically like a free captain. You might as well take benefit from it. You never know, it might pay off, but if not, as Dan said, you can obviously move it to Messi or Mbappe.
Yep, definitely. Speedy's in the chat. Feel like Morocco will try to make a statement and end third more so than Croatia. Probably attack more to start. Yeah, I agree. I think Croatia and Morocco will probably go for it. They're not really playing for much, so maybe it's an open game. Well, that's what you hope for as a neutral. Nice attacking football, and both teams going at it, and obviously not as much pressure really in that game. Martin says, I'm from Ireland, same time as the UK, so I'm good and we'll join you for Saturday. Thank you for that, Martin, and we hope to see you then. But yeah, there's about 20 or so of you in here. If you haven't already, guys, drop a like and sub to the channel if you can. Anything else? Anyone's got any more comments or questions that they want to ask us? Drop it in the comments below as well. We'll try our best to answer each and every one of you. And then, yeah, we'll probably wrap it up from here. Nicola, actually, I'm going to try a Moroccan defender. Actually, I'm going to try a Moroccan defender as a first captain. If that makes sense? I don't know. What do you think of this?
Yeah, it does. In a way, it makes sense. Hakimi, for example, is a defender. We obviously saw how forward he plays in the game against France. He had some opportunities to get an assist or potentially score. So maybe against Croatia, that could mean a return for Hakimi, which is pretty massive, especially if he scores, because it is 7 points if a defender does score. So there is also that. It's different as well. Hakimi won't be as selected as much, so it'll be a very different captain to go for, because not many will captain a defender. So yeah, I like the idea of that, Nicola.
Okay, interesting. I mean, I don't know if I'd captain a defender personally. I'd rather captain a forward, if I'm honest. But maybe you want to do someone that's a bit out there. For example, if you want to go for a Croatia player, rather than going for the obvious Perisic, you might want to do someone out there like I don't know, Kramaric or a Pasalic, someone else different. If you want to make a get rank gain and be different, if you are chasing in mini league or whatever, that's what I'd be doing rather. Maybe going for a differential forward that plays for like El Nasiri, Captain El Nasiri, maybe for Morocco, and see what happens in that sense, rather than a defender. But that's just me. But yeah, never give FPL. Thank you for the comment. Damn, you guys are good. Appreciate that. Love the support you've always shown us. Yeah. Perisic or Ziyech for first captain? I'd go Ziyech, I think. Comment from Safal. Jordan, would you agree? Ziyech or you, unless you want to go elsewhere?
Yeah, I like Ziyech as a first captain pick. I do prefer Morocco in that battle. I think they'll
Mhm.
go for it more than Croatia will, because Morocco have more to play for in terms of history that they'll make if they do win the third place playoff, rather than
Yeah.
Croatia, who'd wanted to be in the final rather than playing for third place.
Yeah, I agree with that. Obviously, Croatia did reach the final in the last World Cup, and obviously Morocco being there is such a big thing for them still. So maybe they do take it a bit more serious than Croatia. But that's just our early thoughts. That we know Croatia will still want to win, obviously, because they'll be playing for pride as well. Uh, no worries, Nicola. I'll try my best to. I know what you're saying, but yeah, thank you for your comments. Very good anyway. I've managed to understand it. So yeah. Um, but yeah, what we're gonna say now? I was gonna say, what was I gonna say? I forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, um, well, that's it really for match day 6, and so we've also spoke about match day 7. I'm looking forward to the final now on Sunday. I'll also probably, I don't know if I'll watch the third place playoff. Maybe I'll give it a go if I'm not doing anything. Why not? But yeah, that's it from us. I think I'm gonna take this off the screen. And yeah, I just want to say a massive thank you, guys, that have watched the stream. As always, we love and appreciate your support. Uh, it's been a great World Cup so far. A lot of new subs, that have been enjoying the content. So yeah, it's good to see. And yeah, hopefully we see you guys again for the deadline stream, 2 p.m. Saturday. Do join us for that one. Should be good. And yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here, Jordan. Anything else you'd like to add before we do head out?
Just thank everyone on this journey that obviously we've taken together on this World Cup. It's been amazing so far, and also it's not over yet. We've still got the third place playoffs and obviously the final of the World Cup, which should be amazing, as this World Cup has had many shocks and excitement throughout. So thanks everyone for the journey that you've followed
Yep.
us on.
Jeremy Baker with a chat. Thank you all. Have a good evening. Thank you as well, Jeremy, and Nicola. Thank you as well. And good night to you guys. So yeah, wherever you are, guys, drop a like and also subscribe to the channel. We're out, and we will see you guys Saturday. Take care and have a good one.
Yeah, see you guys Saturday. Take care.